So these are my first impressions of the album Double Nickels on the Dime by Minutemen. I just listened to this. This is the first time I've ever heard it, and the first time I've ever heard any project by Minutemen. It's a punk record, very early punk. The influences from the Clash are pretty clear, but it has a very unique style despite this. The vocals are very raw. They seem to almost satirize popular music itself, much in the same way of the Talking Heads. This isn't a bad thing. In fact, it comes off very nicely in a punk record. In fact, much of what this record seems to do is to intentionally satirize music in general. With the crazy guitar riffs that are just bling, blah, blah. The lyrics, which often just poke fun at music and people and just the cultures that enjoy punk music generally. At one point, there's one song that I believe just describes how to install a bathtub. It's pretty cool. A lot of this album has a lot of good ideas, but it's not enough to carry an album just having good ideas. That said, there's a lot of really competent guitar work in this album. At times it's very, very creative and interesting, but sadly, most of the time it sounds exactly the same from song to song. And that said, there are some very, very unique sounding songs on this record, but they are in the midst of literally dozens of songs that sound exactly the same. This is my main gripe with this album. There will be 10-minute stretches at a time where I am unsure if it's the same song or if it's gone on to the next one. This album is 1 hour and 20 minutes long, and there is absolutely nothing on this album to justify that length. At most, I could see their ideas being boiled down to a 40-minute album. For something really tight, like a really, really tight project, I would see this being even 30 minutes long. Just cutting it down to its best tracks and its most unique tracks. Because really, when you have 5 songs in a row that sound the same, it doesn't add anything. In fact, it takes quite a lot away. I'm very interested to see what these guys have to offer in the future, but this project in particular seems to be mostly filler, which I was really sad about because going into it, just hearing the sounds, hearing the themes, it was very, very interesting to me. So I'm definitely going to keep listening to these guys, but I'm really not feeling anything more than a 6 out of 10.